If you're looking for another retro-inspired title from an indie developer that just literally hits all the marks of something from the NES era, then Prison City is the game for you. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, and I'm here today to talk about Prison City, which is the latest retro-inspired title that, for me, hits all the knocks of what I'd like for a retro-inspired game, because I grew up in the NES and Super Nintendo era, and man, this right here is literally everything I wanted it to be. It's literally what happens when you put Mega Man, Power Blade, and Project Vice, and you put them all into a blender, blend it, and boom, there you go. Prison City. Now I gotta let you guys know, I was provided a review copy of this game for the Nintendo Switch and PC by Retroware. So they're not in any way influencing this review. I literally sat and played through this on multiple devices, and yeah, here are my thoughts on it. Prison City immediately caught my eye as a die-hard retro gaming aficionado. Its promise of a vintage yet fresh gaming adventure had me hooked. Though I couldn't jump on it at its initial launch, I eventually got around to it. As, like I said, I got a review copy from Retroware for both Switch and PC. Now, right off the bat, the game's blend of old school charm and modern flair with its kicking soundtrack and an array of eclectic bosses struck a chord with me. However, it's not all roses and sunshine. The game could have used a bit more spit and polish, but look, it's still one hell of a ride. It's set in a gritty dystopian Detroit, in what's called Prison City, which throws you into a militarized prison, which is now a playground for some seriously bad techno-terrorists. It gives off some strong 90s NES vibes, so think RoboCop meets Judge Dredd, with a side of robotic chaos and mutant madness. You're in the shoes of Hal Bruiser, a tough-as-nails ex-cop with a shotgun and an eye patch, and he's tasked with kicking the terrorists' butt across the prison sectors. The game lays out its levels in a straightforward manner, sprinkled with hidden gems and secret spots. And your primary goal is to hunt down a warden key in each level to face off against the big bad bosses. Let me tell you, one of these key guarding allies is a chatterbox bionic dolphin. Talk about quirky. Now the stage selection screen, it absolutely is an homage to Mega Man, offering a smorgasbord of environments from lush mutated jungles to blazing factories. But here's the kicker. Even with the mini-map, getting lost is a piece of cake. I found myself hitting dead ends more often than not, especially in the power plant level, and the struggle to navigate through moving platforms and avoiding electrocution added an extra layer of challenge, though thankfully there are a few lifelines in the form of checkpoints. Now, combat-wise, Hal's Chakram is your bread and butter. It's like a boomerang-like weapon that can be upgraded to tear through walls and cause more damage. But, get this, take a few hits and it's back to square one with your weapon. This, my friends, is a pain in the ass. I can't tell you how many times I powered up my chakram only to lose it en route to the boss. The game throws in some temporary shields and screen clearing grenades for good measure, and if you're feeling peckish, grab a hot dog for some health. And look, I'm going to talk about this later in the review, but I'm going to just dive into it right now. This game is balls hard, and when I say balls hard, I'm talking NES hard, but it's not NES hard. Like, it is, but it isn't, if that makes sense. Like, the fact that it has checkpoints and it's got better enemy placement and such means it's not as broken as a lot of NES games were, but it's still fucking hard. I've just got to be honest with you guys. And look, while the combat concept is cool, let's just be honest, the execution is a bit of a mixed bag. The upgrade system feels punishing, and the level design doesn't do you really any favors. You've got Hal slipping through gaps and clinging onto ledges, but one wrong move and you're toast. And the enemies? Some are just downright fucking annoying, especially the background lurker that sends a swarm of drones your way. Now look, the Chakram, while it's a nifty weapon, it sometimes feels like it's bringing a knife to a gunfight. Take the Fury Road's boss battle, for instance. It's a Mad Max inspired showdown where you're dodging minions in a massive truck. Balancing attack range and self-preservation? That's easier said than done, because every time you throw the chakram, your meter depletes a bit. And it's kind of like, basically think of the meter from Secret of Mana or the more recent Trinity Trigger, and there you go. So the more you repeatedly spam your attack button, the weaker the attack is. But at the same time, you only have small windows of opportunity to attack your bosses and certain enemies, so you kind of are in a toss-up between shit, I need to really repeatedly mash this button, or I need to really be conservative and not really do that and play around more strategically once I've learned the enemy pattern. It can be frustrating. And don't get me started on that damn mechanical spider boss. Look, dodging missiles and avoiding its colossal legs while trying to land a hit, it's like juggling while riding a unicycle. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. The boss battles are the game's crowning glory. They're wild, unpredictable, and once you crack their patterns, mostly manageable, save for a couple that nearly had me rage quitting. Now, I gotta talk about the performance. So I played this on a Nintendo Switch, as well as on my gaming desktop and gaming laptop, and I also played this on the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, and the Lenovo Legion Go. And the performance across the board was stellar, with honestly no technical hiccups that I can even mention. But let me go ahead and give you the TLDR of Prison City. It's a roller coaster ride, it's full of fun and frustration. It absolutely nails the retro revolution vibe that we're currently in, and is visually and sonically a feast. However, the gameplay can be a bit of a beast due to control issues and its unforgiving nature. Hardcore retro enthusiasts might dig it, but all that being said, Prison City is ultimately a fun, albeit mixed gaming experience. The gameplay itself is just unfortunately hindered by some often unforgiving challenges that the game throws at you. Sure, you can tone down the difficulty, but I feel the default should be well tuned enough so that the game is a balanced challenge. And honestly, if you didn't grow up in the NES or Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era, this may be way too hard unless, like we used to say in the mid 2000s, you get good. If you're a fan of retro style games and want to try something new, you might very well enjoy it. And that's my review of Prison City. Again, thank you to Retroware for providing review copies of this game. But what did you guys think? Have you picked this up already? Are you playing it already? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get the conversation going in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it, sub to the channel if you haven't already, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the content that comes from this channel, and consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon supporter. All that being said, catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha. I'll see you on the next one. Aloha and ahoy ho.